That breaking news first this noon hour, though. 2 people are dead after a shooting in the Cummins engine plant in Seymour. The sound of gunfire earlier this morning, and employees started running for help. RTV6's Julie Persley is live at the scene now with the very latest for us. Julie.
Police are calling this a murder-suicide. You can see behind me here at the Cummins engine plant in Seymour, dozens of officers and investigators are here on the scene from the Seymour Police Department and the Indiana State Police. We even saw a SWAT unit earlier, but they tell us everything is under control now. Investigators say calls started coming in just before 8:30 this morning. Employees inside the building at the time tell us the shooting happened in the technical service area of this Cummins engine plant. Now, one woman told us that 2 people, the victim and the other person, were in a meeting room for some unknown reason. That is when she said she heard a loud noise and it started shaking her desk. Then people started saying it was a shooting and started running out of the building.
Honest to goodness, I heard the noise. It was so loud, my desk shook. I thought the ceiling was falling in. And while we were leaving, because we thought the structure was coming down, somebody said, no, it's a shooter. So
panic, but they pretty much kept it under control. But in a moment like that, that's all you can do is just freak out and try to get out the best you can.
That man was working on a production line in the other part of this engine plant. And again, he said he heard that call come out over the radio. He said they do have a plan in place that they practice very often in case of a situation like this. He said even though it was scary and people were panicking, he felt like that plan worked today. Now, again, the woman who was in that part of the building when she heard those shots fired said she could not tell us whether or not the victim in the case was the direct supervisor or boss of the person who opened fire. But as for the man that she called the victim, she said he was a wonderful person. He had been working here quite some time at Cummins in the technical service part of this building. Now, again, people here are still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Investigators are expected to be on the scene for a long time. We just saw a tow truck right before we went on the air haul a vehicle out, and there were police cars around it. Obviously, that is part of the investigation. Something else that made this very difficult, they said, as this happened, they all ran out of the building and they were standing out here in the rain scared, and they could not get back in or get to their vehicles. After everything settled down, first responders started going in and getting people's cell phones and the keys to their cars so they could go home or at least get in contact with their family members to tell them that they were okay. Now, employees say Cummins mentioned to those employees that the plant would be closed at least until Monday. We will continue to stay on this story throughout the day. Now, as far as the Seymour Police and the ISP, they say they cannot mention anything about the 2 people that died here today because they are still trying to notify the people's family members. Again, the victim and the person that they're calling the shooter. We'll continue to stay on the story throughout the day. Reporting live from Seymour, Julie Persley, RTV6.